today we'll be looking at Happy Island Waterworld, as you can see. So it's actually a newly built waterworld in South Africa. The general consensus around it is that it's actually the largest currently in South Africa. People seem to like it. Just a disclaimer before we start, I'm not sponsored by advertising Happy Island. I'm not affiliated with them, so I'll obviously give my honest opinion, and obviously at the end I'll just review some pros and cons of what I feel like my general feeling was about the Waterworld. So looking at the slides, the first slide is called the rainbow slide. So you can dice at least 4 of your friends. You take these body mats, so you just lie on the mat and then you go down the slides. It's like a multi-step slide, so you gain speed the further you go down. This is actually one of the slides where being bigger is beneficial. So you'll go quicker at later stages of the slide, so the lighter people might have a head start, but I promise you'll catch up to them. Just to give you a tip, also, there might be a faster lane. I'm not sure, maybe it was just a general conspiracy going on at the place. So next up is called the Typhoon slide. So this was actually one of my most favorite slides at the place. It's nice, it's got a nice X factor, it's nice fun. Don't know if it's actually called Typhoon slide, might be wrong on that. I think it's fitting. But it's a 4-seater slide. It's actually a 4-seater within a tube. It's quite a big tube, so there's enough space for everyone, and it actually moves quite quickly. Obviously, the heavier you are as a team, the quicker you will move. So the next slide is actually called the Bull. I think this is actually the right word for it. I don't have any footage of me going on the slide. I just have a couple of pictures that you're actually browsing through now. But it's still worth a lot of fun. I think actually kids might enjoy this one as well. So next up we actually have the Super Tube slides. These are single or double seated slides, so depending on what you want. Some of them are tube slides, some of them are body slides. Looking at the blue one, the first one, double slide, so it's a 2-seater slide. Gives like a moderate thrill. It's also an open slide, so it's not a closed tube. Now looking at the pink slide. So the pink slide is like an average slide, it's like a general one that you find at any waterworld. I also generally think kids will enjoy this one, it's not as rough. Then lastly, the yellow one. This is actually the one I enjoyed the most. It's a closed solo body slide. If you are claustrophobic, if you're one of the claustrophobic viewers, I don't think you might enjoy this one, but it's still a lot of fun, so maybe if you think about it, do it. So next we have the speed slides. So actually these are the ones I know most of you viewers were waiting for. So these are the X factor ones, the thrill rides if you want to call it. So first off we have the white one. So basically the white one is I think the least amount of thrill, but it still gives a nice kick. I think if you still like a little bit smaller, you might still enjoy this one. Then the next one you have a yellow slide. So this yellow slide, actually what happens here, it's a preparation slide for the Aqua Loop. It's a nice drop, but then you get to the Aqua Loop. So this one is actually one of the best ones, and I've done it at 2 separate Waterworlds. So it's actually one where you stand on like a door beneath you and then the door just flips away. So then you go down. So just be warned, don't open your arms, keep it next to you, otherwise you might end up in an ER room. And I also just want to mention that I unfortunately don't have footage of these rides, but I have driven each one individual. Okay, there's just a small clip where you can actually look at what it looks like. Then we get to the sticky lazy river. So it's not actually called the sticky lazy river, it's just called the lazy river. I just mentioned sticky because it actually gets stuck quite often. Actually what happens is I feel the water is too shallow, so I think if they raise the water level a bit more, there will be a more of a flow. The ride is a double or single tube again, so the love boat, it could be with your girlfriend or wife. Or you can just do it solo. It takes about 10 minutes to get to the end, so it's quite a long ride. So finally we get to the main attraction, which I know all of you have been waiting for, is the wave pool. So actually it's an artificial sea that they've made with nice big waves. The wave pool is split into 2 sections. The section on the left is where you'll find the big waves, and then a section on the right is where you'll find the small waves where you can just float around. So looking at the left hand side with the big waves, so these are personal experience, the biggest waves I've ever seen, artificial waves, and then also the biggest wave pool I've seen. And then also on the right hand side, which is the smaller waves, so these are just for floating around, you know, just chilling. Other amenities, there's some nice lockers that you can find there, as you can see in the clip. They use these NFC tags, so you just tag them and it opens your locker, so it's nice and secure. Also there's a lot of food variants, so there's a lot of restaurants. I think there's a pizza restaurant on the place. The first time I went there was actually a spur, but the second time I went there was no spur, so I think it depends on when you go. So overall I think there's a good variety of things you can do. So looking at some pros, I think overall it's a newly built place, so everything's still working, which is nice. I think there's great variety of slides, a lot of possibilities. It was for me, it was worth the money. I think the reason I say it's worth the money is if you go, if it's not that busy, then you could get a lot of rides out of the time you actually have. So don't go on peak season, you're gonna waste your time, I can guarantee you. Then the cons, I think grass mats, they don't work. It's hotter than normal grass, like these artificial grass. I think opening times of some of these slides, some of them open like I think 11:30, which is ridiculous. I mean, if you go in peak season, imagine the queues. If you want to go there, it's nice, it's close if you live in Gauteng, so I think you'll enjoy it. You don't have to drive 2 hours or 3 hours, it's like less than an hour depending on where you live. So thanks, that's it from my side. You can subscribe, leave a comment down below if you've been to Happy Island. What's your personal experience? Did you enjoy it? What would you recommend to other viewers?